Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Moin. Hello, people of the internet. Hello, Jerry.
Birchie, everyone.
Touch, Dibbits up. Crispin, Ewok Kebab, Manda, Such a Pancha, Redverse, Orinoco, and Mr. Klopp. Welcome, welcome. Finishing off alternative armies.
Right.
Home with the COVID. That's not what we prescribed you, Crispin.
Num 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 num. I was thinking, could the green on my filthy dirty chips from the Mexican place, could that have been, and I'm going to throw this one out there, guacamole?
Potentially.
Even though it didn't look like any guacamole that's ever been made by man. This one's mostly for the House of Water #BestHouse, who are aware of what the green was, because it was very neon. But I was just thinking today, I was going, maybe it's some sort of alternative.
What's the green spicy stuff that's for sushi?
Wasabi? No, we've already
Wasabi.
discussed it. It contained no spice or flavor. It was
Okay.
mostly color and texture. Or the texture was
Mint ice cream, says
puree.
Up.
Not based on the way it stung on the way out. Anyway.
Well,
So.
People might want to guess. I've put out the vote for: do I drink brown lemonade or beer?
Oh, could you not just mainline fucking heroin?
What did I choose, people of the internet? Do your vote in now. See, people want to see you suffer. Manda's going for brown lemonade instantly.
Outrageous.
It's going to be...
Oh, Trooper.
Glorious Trooper.
It was green and tasteless, but caused issues on the way out. So who knows?
Could have been anything at that point. Reminds me of stuff I've seen on Meet the Feebles.
Meet the Feebles. Wow. From Academy Award winner.
Yes, before he became a...
Oh, no, there's no point
winner.
in doing that. It's much better to go to kids / innocent people going, oh, do you want to see what the Academy Award winner Peter Jackson got up to first? And then start them off with bad taste or brain dead's probably the better one to go for, although it does have the bucket of sick that they drink out of in bad taste.
Yeah, but brain dead is a bit more relatable, funny, icky when she presses the puss out of her.
She kicks ass for the Lord.
Now she presses the puss out of her infection into the soup of the other people at the dinner table.
There you go. How's that for short?
We should see that as a double feature at some point. Meet the Feebles and Brain Dead.
Brain Dead's great. I love Brain Dead. The story goes, a slave ship was sinking, and all the rats swam off the ship and raped all the little spider monkeys.
I
that's
like
where we got the Sumtra rat monkey from.
I like the part when he starts chucking around the lawnmower in front of him and everything just goes.
I kick ass for the Lord.
Oh, forgot about him. Ninja Reverend.
Yep. It's so good. And if anybody attempts to get up and leave the room or stop watching, go, he's Oscar winner. fucking sit there and you watch this and you enjoy it.
Best make it a triple feature in your local cinema. First watch The Lord of the Rings and then hit him with Meet the Feebles in Brain Dead.
It's all good. It's all good. Got to get away from here and give the government the warning. Super secret signal to let them know the aliens are here. The bastards have landed.
Ah, good times when political incorrect cinema was just fun and giggles.
Nothing politically incorrect by any of those films. They were.
I'm not so sure about
life-changing.
Meet the Feebles.
No, they're spot on. All of them are spot on.
House of Water Saturday Night
God, yeah.
film.
Oh, could easily be. Could easily be.
The little guppy that got almost half digested. Do I get the part? Do you like it? Grant.
Oh.
Spanking the cow. God, the picture is pushing back into my head.
It's good times.
Oh. The hippopotamus going full berserk. I thought you loved me. Taka, 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 taka.
I forgot about that. Oh.
You forgot about the hippo going
Yeah.
fully German with a fully automated G3.
I mean, there's so much going on.
Yeah, that's true.
It's been a long fucking time since I've seen any of them.
The heroin addicted frog that's throwing knives at his fiancée.
You know, she's nimble. She can duck. It's all good.
The poor what was the main character? It's supposed to be a hedgehog?
Yes.
I think so, because he's always curling up when stuff gets intense.
That he's also Australian, so it could be something weird like an echidna.
And his love interest, the poodle.
Leshen? Could be a Leshen.
A hooker bit your tongue off.
It's got horns on it.
Yep.
That's how
Horny
you
horn.
tell.
So, but people are not here for us to reminiscence about
Are they not?
great movies, I guess.
Why not? We could be like Colin and McConey. You could be Collins, I'll be McConey.
I have no idea who those are.
They're movie reviewers.
Are they like Waldorf and Statler, but in real?
Younger. Much younger.
I was speaking of Waldorf and Statler. Tonight I saw a short movie which I found freaking hilarious. When the Muppet Show was syndicated, they made short little intro clips for to advertise the Muppet Show, and those were not scripted; they were impromptu recording. And at one point, there's Fuzzy Bear and there's Kermit on stage. Kermit is talking about to the audience about, don't forget to watch tonight's Muppet Show, and Fuzzy Bear next to him is mimicking his mouth movement with his hand, basically pretending to be another puppet.
Puppetception.
And then Kermit goes through with his bit and then totally loses it. God, you please stop it! Grand.
Oh, if you ever want to amuse yourself, though, just look for Bert and Ernie memes.
Oh, I don't need to look at those.
Oh, you do.
No, I don't need. We've seen those live in TV when they were brand spanking new.
I don't think you have.
Oh, I will assure you.
Oh, I'd love to. I'd probably love to see them.
Bernie and Ert were
Bernie and Ert.
A part of a German television, a pseudo Saturday Night Live clone on private television in the late 90s. Unbekannter Nummer 1 und Unbekannter Nummer 2. Wearing all leathery masks and stuff.
No. So these are much better. These are things like Ernie on the phone going, "Hi, it's Ernie, your neighbor from next door. Look, it's 3 a.m. and your husband's still beating you. Could you just fucking behave so I can get some sleep?" And that's one of the milder ones that I can say on Twitch. Let's find
Okay.
some of the ones that are worse.
I might look at them later.
Oh,
then.
you should definitely 100%. I'm just saying, why the fuck would you not abort a child with a disability? You know it's always going to be more of a burden to society than an asset.
Speaking of miniatures.
Ernie telling Bert that it was just a prank and he didn't have to go through chemo. Bert's all shaved. Yeah, anybody who wants a productive, I'm going to say 3 or 4 hours, because people just make them constantly. Just look for Bert and Ernie meme, and they're all horrible.
Oh god. I think I will have a long sleep.
Oh, I almost wet myself. Anyway.
Yeah, there's things happening like bot war.
War.
The game's Mister. I think I've seen his posts on the Bot War Facebook group.
So, Traders Galaxy do a painting challenge every now and again. This one runs throughout February. Rumbly, it's already involved.
To nobody's surprise.
Yep. But this is Games Mister. So he's doing a rake of stuff, including some Rise of Democracy 28mm skirmish. It's got ninjas. Fucking ninjas.
Ninjas?
Absolutely fucking ninjas.
For everybody who's unaware, Rise of the Democracy is the bigger scale fighting game.
Yep.
With less robots.
That's why I said 30mm game. So people knew that they were not tiny. They're regular. Regular. Does occasionally have robots in it, though.
Yeah, but those are very, very tiny in regards to the other robots on Bot War scale.
They're Bot War tiny robots, but in this case, invigilated. There's somebody's got his head fucking knocked off.
Oh no!
Like an absolute legend. So
it's off.
It's been punched off. Punched off like that time that boxer went up against Jason Voorhees in Jason Takes Manhattan. And Jason, kill. Jason, just knocked his head right the fuck off. But my favourite of all is Leviathan, who's got pointing, because that's not how that model comes, because mine's up there, and he's just got a fist out in front of him vertically, so he's straightened the arm, turned the fist, and added a finger to get it pointing. And I can only hope it's because he's got 2 more, and he's decided to make the Spider-Man pointing meme using Bot War Leviathans. Oh fuck me, so very much do I want that to be the case. And if it's not, I'll be very, very, oh my god, I'll be so disappointed.
Well, he could get away with one miniature if he's able to do some Photoshop trickery.
That or 2 mirrors would also do the job. You know, either way it works. But yeah, interesting to see where he's going. Obviously, I don't expect an update every day in the project system, because by the time they update it, the day will be over and they'll have lost a day. Then they'll forfeit. But hopefully he keeps it semi-current, shall we say, so we get to see what's going on without having to go to the Book of Faces.
Yeah, the Facebooky face is currently a nightmare to behold.
Oh, yeah. Well, it would be. Look at him. Look at the size of that fucker. Mine's just up there, balanced on top of 2 whiskey glasses, waiting for me to finish him, which isn't going to happen. Look at that. Look at that. Look, straight and pointy and stuff.
Yep.
But,
I guess getting that finger pointing is the most annoying bit of all.
But it's a solid fist. So it's not like he just glued a finger in a different way. So I'm not sure how. because it's yellow. It's not like that's a different color. It's like a putty or something.
Mm.
And I can't imagine cutting that out to straighten it was what was done there, because that would be fucking insanity.
Well,
Fucking
it's a
really.
shame there's no technical possibility to ask him.
We can never know. We'll never know. We just have to hypothesize.
But I'm happy to see that this isn't a 3D printed version of the Bot Wars. Because
It's
it
a
has
solid fest, Nick.
some mold lines.
Yep. I don't think he exists in the 3D bit at the moment, to be fair. Although, to be honest, I've never looked in 3D bit because I have fucking absolutely no interest. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see where it goes, and also what his plan is with his big ship going all G.I.
Speaking
Joey.
of 3D printing not being your thing, I had a glorious moment of laughter today when I listened to a podcast, and 3 of the 4 hosts were starting to talk about 3D printing stuff they did for the hobby, and then number 4 came along and said, yeah, I don't care for 3D printing, so let's go on to the next topic.
Awesome. I didn't realize I was in more than one podcast. This is a podcast, right?
Sort of, kind of, maybe.
And also 3D print board lines. Well, why not?
Why would you do that?
I mean, maybe it would distract people from all the stepping of the 3D prints.
Hey lad, we heard you liked stepping, so we put some stepping on your stepping.
That's the way to do it. Absolutely 100% the way to do it.
Oh, please, no.
Oh, yes. Oh, fucking yes. I say all that, and then the next one actually contains 3D printing, but you can't have everything.
Does it?
It does. But it also contains shrooms. And Warren's not here, so.
Yeah, that looks like shrooms to me.
Yep. So.
Basic Bush.
Yeah. This was just some sort of weird concept of having a shroom fairy ring in the forest, sorry. And decided to go full, what do they call them? They're not mythoids. Micronoids? Yeah, anyway, whatever they call shroom creatures in D&D. I'm sure somebody's typing.
Mysonoids.
There we go.
Mycelial thingamajigs.
Yeah, it was something like that, but to be fair, it lives in D&D. That's not a system I ever want to open. Oh, Justin's face whenever I just laughed at him last week. That was so good.
He did look a bit constipated.
But we can all play this. Fucking speak for yourself. There's nothing on earth would make me open D&D. But the idea behind this was to do his little mushroom summoning circle, but have it inside a frame, hence the 3D cubbyhole, alcove, I suppose. Vestibule.
Looks like a hollowed tree trunk.
Let's say vestibule, because you can't stop me saying vestibule. But it's got a lid on it, which isn't tree trunky then. Although I noticed he hasn't put the lid on in any of the pictures, but there was a lid
in the design. Yeah.
In the design. So there you have your inside fungying away. A nook. Oh, I like a nook. Cubbyhole, perhaps.
Loosely based on Morrigan.
Good old Morrigan. I don't know what Morrigan he's talking about. I'm assuming one of the Celtic 3. So
these look like miniatures from Heresy, Andy, but
they're not. They come via the medium of 3D printing as well. They're part of the Galad group that he got the mushroom people in. So a bit wacky in that respect.
Yeah, finished diorama, no lid.
Yeah.
Just
well, we didn't want to put it on because it would shade it too much and you wouldn't get to see the inside. But at home, it's all lidded up.
Yeah, maybe it then looks like a giant mushroom.
Could be like the Smurfs.
Yes, exactly like the Smurfs.
Did I send
Oh,
that
oh,
link to? Did I put that in Discord where Mystique was throwing down against Papa Smurf, Brainy Smurf, and Smurfette? Going, I'm not coming
I've
back to
seen
the
it on
village.
9gag and on Facebook. Could as well be on the Discord.
I'm not coming back to the village. You're not the first Smurf to try and take me back.
Dad.
It's just got all the skulls. Brady's got, look at the skulls. I know.
Don't lose your Smurf.
But yeah, I really like this. It's a different thing. Could you imagine being summoned out of whatever nether realm / hell to discover you're inside some sort of fungal wood and a bunch of shroom people? I've got
Yeah,
plans for you.
it's a bit
This
odd.
this would probably give Warren a heart attack.
You think?
Shrooms and sexy lady demons.
It's
By the time
almost
he'd recovered, it would all be over.
it's almost as good as the little witch that got scolded because she was told to get some Satan for dinner and summoned Satan.
Close enough, I feel. Close enough. But yeah, I like this. It's a short little project, but, practically complete. He says completed. Where are we? Rather than let it languish for years, I finished it off. Not as finished as I would like, but it is finished. So maybe they never printed the top of their little cubbyhole.
Potentially.
There's Dee Dee. Boogie.
Hello.
Trapped by the Shroom Wizards on a Friday night. Do. Anyway, yes.
Nice little project. Also, I like projects that are close because they are finished and done and dusted.
Yeah, or people have given up. Could go either way. You can't say for certain how it will go.
Well, giving up, you could just put it on cancel.
That doesn't stop people.
Mr. Limburger is doing some PVC piping.
Yeah. A painting light via the medium of IKEA and the plumber's warehouse.
And
I
some
like this because
sketchy electric wiring.
oh yeah, nothing says great electrics like running it through some water pipes. But it's an interesting little concept because people are always looking for lights. I know Redgrass have come up with a light that's very similar to one I have beside me, but it's got two of these lights side by side that are independently flexible, and it costs a fucking fortune.
It's enormously expensive.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh, I'd just be out mugging grannies when they were getting their pension, for fuck's sake.
The funny thing is when Redgrass first pitched the Kickstarter for that, they sent out review units to certain professional painters, one of them being Sorastro.
Yeah.
And when I asked him more or less in private, well, what's your judgment? He said, yeah, it's nice, but I don't think I would buy it, to paraphrase it.
Yeah, you know.
Well, you can get similar lamps for a lot less.
Yeah, the only difference is you're going to have two, which means you have to have two power sources for them if you're not going to start braiding wires together.
Yeah.
And then, so I mean, mine, I can have one there. I can't put a second one beside it because it won't fit. And we can't put another one over here. So if I could have that little thing with the two independent ones, smashing. But I'm not so nailed on that I really require two independent pivoty bits.
Yeah, give it to be absolutely fair to Redgrass. Potentially this special light has some special use in some special case. and for those people, it
Oh, yeah.
might be worth the 250 quid. But for your average painter, nah, way too expensive.
That's pretty much it. That's it. Jill, it's the same reason I don't buy figure cases for anything. Everything can just live in plastic bags with cotton wool or wrapped in bits of tissue paper. Because we all do it. You all fucking do it. You all done it. You go, oh, I could spend X number of pounds on a figure case or something else. Something hobby related. And you go,
You know why
what if I just don't? What if I buy more models instead?
You know why I never bought into carrying cases and the likes? Because I know armies will expand and grow and vary, and they will never fit the same case again, so why even bother?
Yeah, you do you. What if you made your army list first, and then you just bought what you needed for the army and just left it at that?
Yeah, at that point, at some point, something will happen. Things will change. You will take things out of the box for just different things. And if push comes to shove, the manufacturer starts to change up the rule set and you might want to change your army list. Oh, box.
It's the way it goes. It is the way it goes. So, what I would say is, because obviously, Cheesy has dropped in the IKEA MacLeod and the IKEA Vidal and everything else, but some sort of actual, here's where the pieces go, here's where you connect the bits, would be class. Because at the moment I'm just seeing, here's some tubes. I have fucking no clue where your light is, or if there's anything threaded through the tubes. It would seem madness that you don't thread the cabling through the tubes, but I don't think you have. I think it's just on top. I think it's just like a frame that you're balancing a light on. It seems like you're missing out the whole hollowness of the tube right there. I mean, there's a massive potential of tubey hollowness that you could be exploiting there.
Cable routing can be so good.
Yep.
So de-stressing.
Gets out of the way. At no point will you accidentally saw through it when you're cutting something on your desk or anything, because it's all safely protected inside your tubular, I was going to say bells, but they're not bells. Tubular tubes.
Thanks. Now I've got that earworm running in my head again.
I don't know what you mean.
Fucking hell. Just as I...
Did you know, whenever he recorded that on a 4-track.
No, I didn't.
So it's got far more layers and instruments than 4. So what he would do is he would record like guitar and then record drums and record something else, synth or whatever it happens to be. And then he would take all of those and merge them into one track and put that track on the 4-track again, and then would record 3 more tracks. And he was just constantly merging stuff into it in what many people would regard as the most mental way of recording something ever. And every now and again, when there's like a new thing like DVD, Blu-ray, the audio equivalent of those leaps in production, he goes back and re-records it again, because he's never been able to quite get Tubular Bells to sound like how he imagines it in his head. Mike Oldfield is a fucking nutter butter.
Well, that's a feature we can feel sympathy for, I think, in regards to enjoying your hobby and going nuts about it.
Tubes are for the gerbils. Fnar. I'm not saying he definitely did. But anyway, yes. So if people are unwilling to spend £250, actually, I'd like to imagine that Limburger's whole setup there actually ended up costing like £270. It seemed less because you were just buying like bits and pieces individually. But then when you put it all together, it's more expensive than if you bought the bespoke one. And you can't tell me I'm wrong.
I can, but you won't listen.
They do the theme for Blue Peter as well. That's awesome. I didn't know that. That's some fucking top trivia. A children's television program that's been going for fucking 40 odd years, 50 years.
Yeah, what artists need to do to make a living.
Yeah. Nobody does rigging. I just seen that.
What?
Don't bring up the R word. Not allowed to say the R word. Anyway.
Ringo Bell. No, Ringo Starr. What comes after more light? A
Less
tiny
light.
artist.
No light at all. Sublight.
Power back on.
Right.
Seems like he has lost power.
Yes. So this is the comic book version of Star Wars Crisis Protocol. It is. Sharp.
Initiating fire sale now. See, I've said it. You don't need to. Well, now you can go on with your life.
If you say so. So he has been working through the core box. This is the new core box where people have changed when they're strangers. So more action, more adventure, more excitement. And in some cases, people have guns now, so they don't just get blasted in the face like Crossbones. Obviously, we started with Zemo, old Purplehead himself. He's out of order, but he's right. And there's Crossbones, looking all Crossbone-like and punchy. That's a hell of a fucking gun on him as well.
Reminds me a bit of the Punisher.
Yeah, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, he's not massively different in that he's just a specially trained soldier with a load of big weapons. So
he's the Native
evil
American.
There we have the Hulk. I've not seen the Hulk with green on him yet. I really hope he does him as grey, leaning into the old Hulk grey leitmotif.
Like in the Lou Ferrigno TV series, which is
no, he was green in that.
Or greyish green.
He very green. You may need to go back and adjust your TV set.
Nah, never go back to old TV series. It just ruins the experience.
Good old Sabo from Grange Hill. Just say no. No, he was originally grey, but they couldn't maintain the grey colour consistently. So they changed him to green because he was easier to print. And then years later, they went back and there was a run of like a 6-issue miniseries called Hulk Grey that they did in the late 90s, early 2000s. So I just like the idea of him being grey rather than green.
Well, just keep it in plastic then.
You can't just keep him in plastic.
Just add a wash and be done with it.
God, you're just the worst.
Or even better, leave it in plastic, dip him.
Oh my God.
Can you hear me, Paul? Dip him. Dip it all.
You need to be beaten.
Dip it real good. Dip the
Now
tip.
you've got full fucking Devo flower pot in your head.
I recently saw a some kind of what you call
Jugs, what do you call them?
snippets of different movies cut together, and there were some scenes of the She-Hulk movie, and
Right?
I was totally irritated about her being in full Hulk mode in a suit,
Yes.
doing twerking.
Okay.
Why?
That was that from that TV show. I didn't bother watching that because I seen a trailer where, bear in mind, the Hulk punched a Chitauri giant flying alien beast in the face when it attacked New York, and in the She-Hulk TV series, she ran a car into him and it knocked him back. And I'm going, that's not how that works. That's not how anything works. I'm not. If you're going to play fast and loose, I'm not doing it. I'm going to go back and rewatch the Bill and Skull show.
Yay, Ben and Skull Show!
There's Becky. Bucky being all Bucky.
I'm going to make a supercut, just the Bait and Skull episodes, if nobody has done them.
Nobody has done it.
Why?
I don't know, because I keep telling Jam Muscat to watch it. And there isn't just Bait and Skull things out there, so it's terrible. Very, very peculiar. I'm peculiar. I like that. I would like the fact he's went super blue and then washed the fucker down to get a bit more comic booky blacky style. Look, he's channeling his inner Shay with the red star.
How would you go about if you have let's say, a mechanical miniature like a Battletech, and you want really, really dark pin lines, but you can't be asked to do actual pin lining?
I wouldn't, if that's what you're saying.
Yeah, but how would the theoretical approach be, in your opinion?
Spray gloss, fuck oil over it, clean off the oil that isn't in the lines. That's the easiest way to do it. You don't even have to think or anything.
Yeah, the thing is, oils don't really come to mind when I start thinking about painting. I just can't get my head around them.
Have you not seen Bob Ross on The Joy of Painting?
Yes, but I'm not.
He uses oils.
Yes, but he also uses a spatula for painting, for God's sake.
You say that like it's a bad thing. I put it to you, Mr. Man, that's not a bad thing.
Well, he can do as he please, as long as sparks
fucking
joy.
Spatula as well.
Yeah, but you're not using it to paint your miniatures, do you?
I use it for stuff. Well, my miniatures, the only reason I own this is for miniature painting.
Do a jerry can on it. Also,
it's like a
mine is smaller.
Carbony fibery thing. It's good.
This is going to go horribly wrong.
Italy, in case you're ever looking to
blame
do
the
it.
audience. Tiny spatula.
Spatula City. That's the same size as mine. I think mine's smaller.
If I put my thumb next to it.
Well, that's no good. Well, fucking thumb, for fuck's sake.
I'm using a Spasmarine.
I don't care about that. I don't have any of those to know what size that is. 55mm long by 20mm wide at the widest points of the head of my little spatula.
30. Sorry, 30mm, 15 wide. This is a small spatula.
It looks so much. Your head must be fucking enormous. Sorry. Anyway, funny way scale tilt. Yeah, exactly. I have two of them actually.
Banana Man.
Two little scale tilts. Great.
I could just use a Baby Yoda as scale reference.
Baby Yoda for scale.
It's about 3 Baby Yodas.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Well, Jill, we don't always know where we're going to go to. We have to remember it's the journey, not the destination. That's the main thing.
Also, put 2 males into a closed environment. Sooner or later, they will start comparing tools. It's the law.
Anyway.
Red Skull, who's actually not so red in his skull because blue square.
He did the same as I did. He highlighted the glowy tesseractness of them all. He's a bit more. I'd like the more dynamic poses for some of them. So I like the fact that they went Zemo stabbing up and leaping and jumping and skipping. I like the leapy Hulk. But I have to say, I prefer the original Red Skull, where he's just standing there, very sleek lines, not over the top, not exactly, just holding the cube, knowing that he's fucking going to do all of you up like a kipper.
Yep, I remember that.
This one's more avant-garde.
This one is now I'm doing it.
Have everything. But anyway, yes, oil. Use oil. Why would you not use oil?
Because expensive? Because I don't have any?
Expensive. For fuck's
Because
sake.
I'm a lazy bastard?
That makes more sense.
See?
Get yourself black or Payne's grey, even for doing, because you possibly don't want full on black. But a tube of oil paint will last you the rest of your life. You use so little of it. He does.
Especially...
He's gone full. Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio, hasn't he? That fucking cube. A man of infinite jest. Da, 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 da. Funky watching people do that there with the old Cubans. Cubosity. Cuberation. Wow.
I still am very undecided about the cars that come with the set.
Yeah, I like them. They're fine. They're little compacts. They're little Kia Seeds or whatever the fuck they are. Yeah.
Kia, no Kia.
Just imagine Top Gear guys forcing a celebrity to race around a track at them.
Yeah, those were the times. Spoing.
Splang. Payne's Grey is great. You can mix your own Payne's Grey with acrylics if you want to have that sort of base tone. Ultramarine blue and a matte black. And by ultramarine blue, I don't mean space marine. I mean the blue that is called ultramarine. That one. Use that and a black. And you can mix that, and because it's got really rich sort of cool blue to it. It's a really nice color for painting or for using for shading.
Yes. Also that.
I'm going to use my thing to start pressing buttons. Now here's an ultramarine that isn't using ultramarine blue.
Why is that not going through?
I don't know. Did you touch yourself at night?
Yes. We have been through this a lot of times, and I always reply as faithfully and honestly, yes.
Just checking.
Why shouldn't I? At least somebody who loves me is touching me.
I didn't say you shouldn't. Just saying that's why the dinosaurs died. Not sure what's going on here with the hexagons in the base. Is that where GW goes these days? The little hexagonal plugs.
Yep.
How weird.
Indomitus box also had them, which is weird. I mean, they're no more an annoyance like the slot and the slotter bases were, but yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Mr. Guillotine doing the Games Workshop stuff.
A big punchy Ultra Smurf.
Yeah.
With his big punchy Ultra Smurfness.
Have you seen the video of Joy Toy from the toy?
Just stop you there. No, I haven't.
I mean, there's Games Workshop and there's Scale Creep, but the amount of different models Joy Toy is going to churn out this year, you can literally make yourself an army in whatever scale that is.
Is Joy Toy related in any way to Love Ants?
I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
Do you have to use a phone to activate your Joy Toy?
I hope not.
People making videos of it on the internet.
Yeah, I think Joy Toy is one of these company names where somebody in Asia thought, oh, this sounds like a proper children's toy brand.
Oh, is this
Joy
like when,
and Toy.
when Chinese people get English written on T-shirts.
Yes.
It just says like bland, things like that, because they
Yep.
don't know what any of the language or symbols stand for.
Same like when certain people get tattoos with Chinese symbols on
Yeah.
their head, not knowing that it spells large pizza and fries or something.
All of that and so much more. This is interesting because I'm assuming it's been mostly done with some form of airbrushing. It's noticeable more on the front left leg from the side, but it looks like it's been the highlights have gone in using the airbrush, so you can see there's stark spots. There you go, from knee pad down, and then afterwards come in and done scratch, that sort of thing across them. I think it could use. There's plenty of edge highlighting on some of the back panels and stuff. I think it gets lost a bit on some of the bigger panels at the front where it's a really light color.
He says here, armor, burnt umber base coat, airbrush, McCracken blue, Calgar blue, add white for successive highlight, airbrush, glazing, ultramarines, blue contrast.
Oh yeah, I don't know what any of those things mean, but the edge highlight's very stark on some of the pieces and then very washed away. So you can see it quite well there on some of the bottom panels and some of the tubing that's not being used to do Limburger's lighting system. So remember, kids, every Terminator could have been a set of painting lights, but they chose to do this instead. But the back of the shoulder pad, I kind of lose the highlight on it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just very stark on the right, not there at all on the left. Or if it is there, I can't see it with my old eyes.
Yeah, I think what really doesn't help in this case is the fact that this is a miniature with a high-res picture on a large screen.
No, I don't think that's what. No.
It's a more or less very comical style, I feel.
I mean, it's got that chunky over the top look, but then that's GW to a fault, really. The chunky over the topness. Maybe it is. Maybe there's enough edge highlighting on it. Maybe he just forgot to do the back. It doesn't look like it's got the full-on blue like everything else does, though. It's practically white in places.
Also, the project is still active, so maybe Mr. Guillotine will come back. He says it's a work in progress, so yeah.
I like the big fuck off punchy fist in the old hazard stripings, because you need to put hazard stripings on a big festings before you giving somebody the big festings.
Yeah, just to inform them, this is bringing pain. Prepare yourself.
Prepare thy asshole, as I believe the meme says. Pretty sure Bert and Ernie have one about that as well.
Oh, here we go.
It'd be interesting to see where the yellow and black highlights go. I was just to do, funnily enough, a blue edge highlight for black on hazard stripes. But I suppose you want to have those across the back of the curve. It's going to tricky. Tricksy. Maybe better not doing that at all.
Not as easy as it might seem. Though I have to say, for a work in progress, I like the fact that the metally bits have still white paint on them. I'm not sure I would want them to be painted in the classical golden yellowy way.
What metally bits? What are you talking about?
The Aquila on his chest and the cross on his knee.
Oh Christ! They should definitely be. What? Who paints those gold?
People?
What? Why? They've always been white. That's so weird. Why would people do that?
You?
Oh, I'm glad I can't see it anymore. That would shit me right up. Oh, Christ on a bike. Anyway.
Yeah, but Guillotine does a lovely job on this. The talented bastard. Ow! See, now I know what I forgot to do. Bloody hell. I wanted to introduce a new button with a Sean Bean going, busted.
Busted.
Forgot to do one. Dang it.
I'm sure we can find a whole fucking montage of bastards.
2 hour YouTube video just being Sean Bean going, bastard.
Be surprised if there isn't one of those already.
Yeah. Well, I bet.
Yeah,
At
anyway.
least some kind of supercut from every episode, at least one.
At least one. That's my reputation.
So, who will follow up on Guillotine's Terminator?
Precise Dwarf Brewery. What? No, it's just Soap. Soap doing stuff in the house of water. Hashtag best house.
Okay. Mr.
Is that
Elmere.
on a wife beater as well?
Mr.
Sure.
Elmere doing 3D printed Bentley tags.
Yes. We've seen previous work by Elmere.
Yeah, with
But
his
this, yeah.
tartan stuff.
Oh, lost in translation things. I mean, you say that, but Precise Dwarf. Oh, Precise Dwarf Bravery, not Brewery. Sorry. Because I was going, that makes sense for any
Yeah,
of us nerds.
Dwarves Brewery fits. Don't ask questions.
Precise Dwarf Bravery, dead on. Yeah, sure. They're all quite weird. Yeah, Jade Falcon, though. Because obviously Highlanders for Mercenary Company are great. Because why would you not do Highlanders? If you've the option, do Highlanders, folks. It makes perfect sense. There's a reason why they're the best in Battletech. But then there's Jade Falcon, who are scum. Scum.
Why would you say that? Glorious clans.
Fuck them.
I still await the next Kickstarter to arrive at my doorstep. I think they said August this year.
Why are you not painting tartan? Paint tartan. Cheesy. Paint some tartan. Do it now.
Do it now.
Do it now. I see
Get to the
somebody
chopper.
somebody on Face Page had removed all of Chewbacca's and replaced them with Arnold Schwarzenegger from like Terminator and Predator and Commando and stuff like that. It is the best thing I've seen in fucking ages.
Oh, sounds horrible.
Oh, it's fucking awesome. Today's whiskey, courtesy of Bushmills, is a Caribbean rum cask finish. So, thought you'd like to know that. But yeah, Elmere's he's an excellent painter, and I really like the semi-scrub snow base that he's been doing. That he kicked off with some of the other ones, because it just looks interesting, different enough and interesting beyond the everything's green or everything's snow or everything's desert, you know.
Or everything's mud.
Yeah, you know, it's just a few different little bits and pieces, and then you put them all together. And I mean, for the Northwind Highlanders, better, so much better. But the Jade Falcon, really fucking punchy, poppy color on them.
Just looking at the amount of work he put into the canopy and the laser lenses is mental.
Yes, Pete. Nom, 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 nom. It's very sweet. I hadn't realised that they were doing cask finishes, but my local off license had like £7 off a bottle. I'm like, when the fuck did they start doing these? Well, 3 years ago. It's like, fuck me. The only question then was rum cask or sherry cask, I think was the other one. It's like, ooh.
Why not both?
Well, because if I have both, then I will drink both.
Okay.
In a very, 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 very quick amount of time.
Yeah, that's. I know that feeling.
Yeah.
it's more in regards to sweets for me. So
Oh well, the rum finish is sweet. It's like bubblegum. Oh, so nice. The canopies. I mean, on the Jade Falcon, they've got that just super pink anime-esque canopy. That one there has a we've just set fire to an oil establishment or refinery kind of look to it. And look at it's got like that. Is it like a Hindi tartan? It's like a weird tartan. Guy who invented masala or something. I don't know.
Casey, he says.
Casey? No, it looks wrong. So it ranks up there with Wimbledon.
Today on Facebook, I saw somebody painting up 2 lances of BattleTechs in color schemed like Transformers and Decepticons and Autobots Gen 1. That looked nice.
There's Rumbly. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Dumbly. You're just in time for looking at us at big bots. Tiny stompy robots.
Stomplabots.
Stompy bots the game.
The first Kearney lance for my angry space Scots. My French teacher was Miss Kearney, and she was very angry.
Why?
Very, very angry all the time. I don't know. None of us know. Or knew, rather. She just seemed to be really aggressively French all the time when teaching. The only person who got away with anything was her nephew, who could speak French. We're going, well, this is clearly favoritism. You've missed some bot war. We've had
At the
Leviathan
beginning.
pointing like Spider-Man beam.
Let's see. There's the pinky canopy.
I don't know. Or you're going all the way up to the top again. Oh, look you go. I mean, if you can paint a gem on an elf, then you can paint that. So that's all fairly good.
It's
Do
just
that.
the amount of work he's putting into these details is just stunning.
Well, it was a convent school, Pete, so I don't know. Maybe she was reckoning that she'd get up there, there'd be some form of ingress. Yeah, he's really, really good. Every now and again, he gets distracted by dystopian wars and stuff like that. Just every now and again. I think those are his main games. But whenever he comes back to doing BattleTech, they're really fucking nice.
Well, focusing on 1 or 2 games actually should help with getting things done.
Well, I mean,
in theory,
if you want to be technical about it, then yeah, sure. Technically, that works. Technically. Guts.
Maybe I could get some sound sample from Mr. Bean, making him go, "Talented bastard."
I'm sure he does. Sure that's probably in there. Still really looks. I'd like to paint gems and oh right, that one. Still looks good half the time. Well, that's true. It's like I was watching somebody showing how they paint skin, and they were doing the eyes. They were going, "Oh, this has worked out really well for me." Normally, it's like 3 or 4 attempts before the eyes are actually where I want the eyes to be. So you just have to put them in, and then clean up and tidy up around the skin tones and stuff, and then hope you get the dot in the right place. Well done.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no!
Yeah,
You crashed.
No, not yet. But seems like the project system is having a day now.
Oh, a denouement.
Oh, well, let's go on to the next one.
What will happen whenever I do this and send many people there? Sending almost... Well, I imagine there's probably some bots in there, so maybe like almost 8 people.
Well, I tried to open the comment page and I got an instant timeout from...
Oh, timely, wimely, outly.
Yeah. Instant crash.
Ah, well.
Let's see. So Rich doing old school miniatures.
Rich. Classic. Vintage.
Retro?
Nope. Nothing retro about these fuckers. They're all original. Look at that. Coming at you like Cleopatra. Huh? Huh? Look at that Chaplin. I like
Yeah.
how he's almost painted correctly as well.
And I think I would be worried more about him hitting me with his giant skull stick rather than his tiny pistol.
Right. You should be equally worried about both.
But only because his plasma pistol could explode in his face.
I don't think they could in Rogue Trader. And it's too far away for me to reach, although I do have a PDF version, but who could be arsed with that? So I'm not going to bother looking it up. But I just love those classic sculpts. They're just so fucking nice. And it's that industrial 2000 AD-esque look to everything. That's just really sweet like candy.
Good night, Dutch. Have a good one.
Bye, cheesy.
Yeah, Nick, I'm with you on that. Just shade the eyes and be done with it.
Shade the eyes, tickle the sack.
Look, he's doing that technique with the brush and the going all up and down.
A hooker bit your tongue off.
I didn't even say it, you.
But I could hear you thinking it. Just saying.
See that timeout occurred, Cloudflare.
Oh, your mistake was pressing different buttons. Never press different buttons. That just encourages the machine to kick off. Oh, the plasma needle. I have gone ahead and opened this because it was annoying me. Plasma gun, hail of plasma, superheated energy, good. +1 to hit short range, strength 7, damage 1, -2 save mod.
But I think in some edition, the thing could explode.
Oh yeah, from like 2 onwards. But if you're going to lean into the old doohickey. Saving throw modifier applied to the target. Well, no, I think you're fine. I think if you're going to shoot somebody with a plasma gun, do it in Rogue Trader. You're safer.
Press the jelly bean button, says Mr. Crispin.
I would also have accepted press the Whopper button
What?
for any Red Letter Media fans. Press the damn Whopper button.
Hit the lever.
But yeah, the Spackamorans, really nice. Interesting color scheme as well. The plague green and red works really nicely, actually.
I'm still trying to figure out, is that a teeth or a cigar in his face? I guess it's a cigar.
Yeah. If you look at the side on one, yeah, there you go.
And why is he carrying canisters with evil gases?
I guess that is because he's lost his backpack. Because I have those canisters. And they're not from a classic Space Marine. They're from an Imperial Guard flamethrower.
Oh, okay.
So
you're saying he's a
conversion beam. Oh, it could be.
metal jump packs on eBay are a little expensive, so used Cadian Flame Tank as a replacement.
Yay! I might have a classic. If I've got a classic metal jump pack, it wouldn't be a Christmas miracle. It'd be a miracle if I find it. If I find one, though, I'll send it to you.
Actually,
Sporks.
does it look very much different to the regular backpacks on these? The jump pack?
Yes.
I actually think I have a metal backpack lying in my bits box, which is very well searchable because of tiny amounts of pieces. Chat, remind me later on to look for this after the show. I might want to see that. But
Why not, though?
speaking of your vast knowledge of miniatures, do you happen to know if there's any manufacturer who does mounted gorillas? And by mounted gorillas, I do not mean gorillas on horses, but gorillas as horse.
People mounted on great ape?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
No.
You're not aware of any company.
I'm not aware of any company.
Well, then it surely doesn't
uses
exist.
Primate as a mount. Oh, there's probably something like the Centaur Tour. There's probably some sort of filthy 3D printed thing. The Centaur Tour is amazing, by the way.
What's
It's the bottom half of a horse and the top half of a horse. So it's a horse.
It's a horse body with another horse coming out.
With a horse body
Oh,
out the top going upside down. Yeah. The Centaur Tour. We were looking for ottors. Which, by the way, on this, I blame Ewok Kebab for this. If you do a search for otter centaurs or ottors or anything like that, you get an awful lot of furry porn cartoon things. and I didn't want to see any of that. Ewok.
So it's like Googling for grandfather clock missing a letter.
That type of thing, yeah.
Halfling cavalier riding gorilla. Bloody hell.
I don't fucking love it. I don't love it, and I was disturbed how many people have done sexy otter centaur furry cartoon porn. It's more than just one person. There's issues going on there.
He's even got armor. Shoulder pads like a space marine.
Why would you give it armor? Surely when it goes wild, and it will go wild, it's going to be harder to kill.
It'll go apeshit.
It will, as you say, go apeshit. Ideally, what you want is the little halfling to be sitting on his back like a mahout with a pickaxe ready to just slam it in the back of its skull and kill the beast whenever it goes berserk. That's how you mount a gorilla. Carefully and with an exit strategy.
Speaking of halflings, I've seen that the Half Tilt Kickstarter from GT Combat has successfully been funded.
Who? What? Oh,
GT Combat did a halfling jousting game thing.
I never looked near it.
I was really thinking about going in on that, but then again, I probably would never play them, and I have no use for halfling knights, so...
I don't need any more halfling knights. So... defund the halfling knights.
Halfling kniggets.
It's a bit weird. A little bit wah. They're geezers. There's somebody in Korean trying to kickstart a hobby store.
Oh.
They're looking for 15,000 from people in the Korean area.
15,000 seems a bit low.
Apparently that's just to pay for part of the wages for somebody to work full time in it.
Well, you still have to pay for
very bizarre
rent and stock.
I don't know. Well, you must have some stock already. Is it Shay Shay? It's not Shay. No. No. Yeah, it's Sam Steele, Amanda.
Well,
I'm
good
looking
luck
at
with
going.
that.
Yep. Going. It's a beautiful dream. Yep. Oh, that is a centaur I've found before on the internet. Yep.
Can we please move on from the centaurs?
Well, we could. Where'd we go, though?
I think we go to the Wah West.
Wiki wiki wah wah.
The West, that is wild, but also very much painted by Denzian.
Yeah, he won something at Trade Fest and invested it in more train. And then built and paid with that.
Madness.
I don't think any of that's allowed, to be brutally honest.
He needs to get disqualified.
Yeah. Where he won from? He probably won something from Sarissa. Is that it? Is that what happened? I picked the fucking winners and I can't remember.
Why should you remember? As long as
long ago.
The second people claimed the prize and got it, it's an information you don't need to retain.
Oh yeah, don't like the moon orbiting the Earth. I don't need to know that.
Nope.
But
have you seen the news that scientists now have found proof that there's the theoretical possibility of flat planets?
oh Jesus, no!
There's
the flat earthers don't need any more fucking ammo.
it's a under certain circumstances there's the possibility that a planet will form in its early days very much flat, but will become spheroid very quickly after that.
The problem is they'll quote that
Yeah.
and they'll just stop at the formed flat, quote quote, and then they won't put any attribution so that people can find where that fuck came from.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'll never stop laughing about the Twitter account from the Flat Earther Society having friends all around the globe.
They're not. I mean, they're not that clever. Let's face it. They were never going to spot that one.
Yeah. Plus, they are trying to prove that the Earth is flat by shooting themselves with rockets into the lower atmosphere and then crashing right down into this.
I mean, Joe, they'll believe scientists if they confirm their bias.
Yep.
But otherwise, they'll go, nah, we're not doing that. Look at that. Look at that. Look how good that is.
That's some selective, what do you call it?
Breeding?
Not vision, but...
Oh, yes. Yeah. It's. I know what you mean. It's like whenever you've got selective hearing, when your mum's calling you for dinner and
You're not
you're
hearing
still out
it.
playing. Yeah.
Only when she starts using your full name.
Yes.
In a slow and firm voice.
That's how it goes. That's where it all goes wrong.
Selective perception. I think that's the one.
That's good. That's a good way of doing it. No one's ever gone to the edge of the planet. Because the governments all worldwide work diligently to keep people away from the edge. That's why nobody's allowed near Antarctica.
Also, the problem...
Except, obviously, all the people who've been to Antarctica. Because you can get cruises there.
The problem isn't that the Earth is flat or round. It's we're inside a ball.
Oh, have you seen was I talking about that one night? I feel like I was talking about that one night whenever I may have had a drink.
About the Earth being inside the ball?
The Earth is... We're inside a globe.
Yep.
The bottom half is us, the sun, the moon, the stars, and all the galaxies in the center of the sphere. So whenever we go into space, we're flying towards the middle, and the Earth's much bigger than we think. The horse shittery goes from there. It's fucking baffling.
Can you imagine the amount?
Hang on 1 second. This goes beyond Hollow Earth, Pete. This isn't just the Earth is hollow. This is the entire universe is inside the Earth. So if you imagine we're a ball and all the continents are lining it. Yeah. And then the sun and everything else is in the middle. And planets aren't planets. Well, they are planets, but they're very small. They're like pinpricks, and they're inside a floating ocean of stars. Because that's the water above the ether, like God said in the Bible. And all the stars are very small, but they use strange bioluminescence to cast their shadow. And the sun is sort of between the earthy water and the inside globe thing, and it does mad donuts and loops and stuff. So it does the seasons, spinning all over fucking creation.
And now try to imagine what kind of books and arts and stories these people could tell if they would focus their weird creative energy on something useful.
If only their powers could be used for good.
Yeah.
I think is the phrase. Yes. But they can't be. Oh, I will attempt to track down because, yeah.
It's like
it came up on an ASMR channel where the like ASMR group find these just random. I mean, theoretically, they could find me doing an unboxing and then just loop it for 45 minutes, as an ASMR. And likewise, they'd found this 10-minute explanation of this guy explaining how everything was inside the Earth and there's nothing outside the sphere except hell. And that's why we all need to be inside with everything else. And I was going, this is fucking insanity.
Yeah, people are interesting at times.
Oh, interesting. Interesting word to use for them.
I wish the comic I read ages ago was true. There where a inventor invented a car that runs on people's stupidity.
Mm.
And then a reporter from The Sun comes around to interview him, and he yells at him, "Go away! I can't brake!"
That's fucking awesome. That's so good. Oh.
Well, since we're here,
Yes.
I think I need another beer.
I might not be. All right. Yes, I am.
Hello? Anybody home? Hello?
Shocking. Absolutely shocking.
Oh, speaking of ASMR, people, listen.
I can't be the only one disappointed that didn't spray up your monitor and computer.
Well, the monitor is a meter away, so...
Good spray on it. They would do it.
Slant you?
Prost. And or skull. Oh, John Bruton's dead.
Who?
Oh, he was a Taoiseach a while ago. After hockey, but, before anybody decent.
Yes, Soap, I have no space beside this right in front of the monitor. You're free to visit me anytime and inspect the non-space at your own leisure.
You all heard that?
It's negative space in the most literal sense.
Empty at pun dancers. We've got an empty.
Try and find me. I had a discussion with a weird right-winged wacko today. I'm just...
Right.
Yeah.
I thought I was filming all day. I didn't realise I was having discussions.
Now, there on FacePage in a German group regarding making videos for Tiny Fighting Men, somebody asked, could somebody help me with cutting a movie, a video? Which is a reasonable request, but before I start offering services to anybody, I start looking into their backstory. And this took me one click to see his main profile, seeing that he's affiliated with a right-wing party of...
AFD?
Nope. Even worse.
No. Oh, more right-wing?
Yeah, not even German right-wings. Austrians.
Well, what's ever gone wrong when the Austrian right-wings have...
I couldn't tell
Germany?
you. I wouldn't know. Well, fucking hell, we didn't have a chancellor here who did interesting things. I just pointed out publicly, no, I don't want to support you in your efforts because you're too far on the right spectrum. And at that point...
Which is the wrong spectrum.
At that point, he goes, you can't say that. Delete your post. I said, nope, I'm not deleting my post. I'm standing with it. You're not hiding the fact that you're affiliating yourself with a right-wing party, so you gotta own it. Then I got a private message going, I will sue you. This is bullying. I will contact my lawyer. Then I replied on the public side, you can send all the legal threats you want. I'm not deleting my post.
Oh, I'm sure that went down like a...
I took a lot of screenshots before anybody would delete anything. Well, this is how you fight those fuckers. And shortly after that, one of the group moderators chimed in and asked if we were able to solve this in a civil way or if they needed to intervene with moderation. And I said, I said my part. I pointed at him, saying he's a right-wing loony, not even mentioning the loony to be lawfully enforced against me. So, yeah. And then he deleted his post.
All he wanted to do was a small amount of unusual voiceovers. I just need some videos edited. It's mostly black and white.
The funny thing is, he tried the same thing into different groups where I didn't intervene because I just couldn't be asked. Somebody else said, yeah, you need to put on a little more detail. How is this going to work? Yeah, I'm going... And now, everybody, if you're not sitting, please sit down. Hold on to something. He would send you an USB stick with some video files.
Because he can't. What? Because whatever he's got can't be uploaded. Because Microsoft and Dropbox and like check for shit like that.
I have no. I'm baffled.
Just excuse me while I don't plug this USB in ever.
Yeah, I think. Now, just. I had fun on Facebook today. Let's put it that way.
Oh, dear me.
So if you... The funniest bit is he used the same text in 3 different groups on Facebook. The first time when I was interacting with him, he had spelling mistakes in there that were horrible. Below first grade. And the second group was another German-talking miniature group. The third group he posted his request in was a foreign group, speaking English. Guess the language he used to make his request.
Turkish?
Close, but no cigar. German.
I mean...
Copy and paste again.
Technically you are Turkey's biggest colony. So... I was right in that respect.
That's only for Cologne and Berlin.
Oh, it's good. It's good times.
It's just the audacity of people, and then being. Did he actually think I would just delete my post because he goes,
oh, yeah.
I'm going to call my lawyer. Fuckwit.
He's 15, doesn't have a lawyer.
No, that's the worst part.
But he didn't want to say, I'm going to tell my dad.
He's probably older, because I checked in more detail on his profile, and he has bought his second sailboat. For whatever reason, somebody living in Austria needing a boat.
Well, we all know one other Austrian captain, don't we?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
The Von Trapp family from The Sound of Music. He was a boat captain before they went singing off through the Alps. The Sound of Music. A schooner? Oh, you dumb bastard, Ornogo. It's not a schooner. It's a sailboat.
How big was the sailboat, and did he do the rigging?
Oh.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say no. Fucking wanker. Anyhow, shall we go look at some tiny fighting man?
Sure. Let's leave all the rebels behind us and take a look at some more different rebels.
Rebel. Commodore Rob.
Yes. He's decided to do very tidy fighting men's.
Is this a American Civil War?
American Civil War. Different rebels. Not the same as the last rebels from Tenzian, which were all American rebels against the English.
How's Shane's
These are
army
American
coming
rebels
along?
against them. Shockingly, I don't know whether this is like peer pressure or what, but when I was up today filming with him, a box of American Civil War paints from, I think, Warlord had arrived, where it had, like, you know, all the colors for the Union, all the colors for painting your Confederacy. So you had like a little box with all of the bits. And then when we were leaving, it's like, what color should I spray them, prime them? And I go, just go get Halford's Grey, mate. You're fucking halfway there. Halford's Grey, paint some brown, stick a wash on them. Bingo, you're fucking done.
It's like painting Imperial Stormtroopers for Star Wars Legion, just prime and white, done.
Yep, pretty much. Edward Elizabeth Hitler. Any relation? Yes, my aunt. Sorry, I can't resist that whenever I see Eddie Hitler pop up. So yeah.
Isn't that the one they talk about on QI?
No, this is different. You know Ian Edmondson from The Young Ones? He was Vivian in The Young Ones, and in Bottom, the spin-off show with him and Rick Mail, he played a character called Eddie, but his full name was Edward Elizabeth Hitler. And somebody asked him, "Are you any relation, you know, to Hitler?" It was obviously the unspoken message there, but he just responded with, "Yes, my aunt." Yeah. Oh, Halford's Grey. If it wasn't for the fact I have an airbrush and I don't have to go outside into the cold and wet, I would still be using Halford's Grey. They're right up there. Gold, Frankenstein, and Gur.
Sure, isn't that the one from Invader Zim?
It is. Doom, 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 doom. Although in that case, it was Terry's Gold Chocolate, a Frankenstein mask, and Gur was a really cheap aftershave that Dave Hedgehog had been given by his wife for Christmas. But yeah.
If your button counter all the backers at American Civil War are carrying rifles on the wrong shoulder. God.
Yeah, but that's okay. We'll mostly be button counting the fact that he's using some weird rule system for it.
I think this is.
But he is right though, because I've got a set of them here. Hang on, pull those off there.
I guess that's the reason why I will never get into historical wargaming.
They've all got their tiny little guns on their right shoulder instead of on their left shoulder.
I'm going to get annoyed by all the comments of what I did wrong, and then I'm going to try to do all that right, and I'm going to go mental. Potentially, you see me at the end of the day munching on some lead strips. Going, nom, 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 delicious metal, just like Jerry promised. Nom, 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 nom.
Lovely, lovely lead. Lovely lead. It's all right. I told Shay anytime Rob says anything about his ICW, just tell him that Bolt Action's a better game than Morton McDorium. I'll throw him off. Your mistake is not opening that in a second window, mate.
Well, I'm opening second windows. It's still not working. Though it seems to be recovering now.
But yeah, the plan is to run a full game at the Joy of Six in July.
I do like his reference for a very cool song here as a title. She cried more, more, more.
Well,
with a rebel yell, more, more, more.
It's because the system is Rebel Yell.
I didn't want to know that. Crispin,
You should send them a message, Steve. See if Bacchus will
Technically-
resculpt them.
technically you're right. But if I do everything wrong, then I'm doing it correctly.
Oh, dear me. Anyway, so, yeah,
Well,
Well-
actually...
Rob's plans. Rob's plans are to put together a whole force of tiny little Americans, both Confederacy and the winners.
I love the fact that he's using not only modern paints, but some kind of weird...
Some
Different paints?
kind of weird, different paints. There are modern paints. There's still a lot of companies selling those. Those come from Bacchus. Wargames Foundry still sell them in those paint pots. Black Hat Miniatures sell the coat d'arms in those paint pots. P3 still sell them in those paint pots. Those paint pots will be with us long after we are dead.
Yeah, not like the Bolter cartridge looking plastic abominations.
I had a friend, when I told him that they were designed to look like a Bolter cartridge, wet himself in the store in GW Belfast. But these are twice the price, but look like Bolter shells.
And they don't even do that very well. That's the worst part of it.
Coat arms are smashing paints. If I didn't have so many other paints, I would probably pick up more of them.
I'm still
But
looking
I really
forward.
need to
I'm still
deep
looking
paint
forward
it myself.
to Army
Bobcat.
Painter.
Oh, hold the fucking phone. Bobcat flip put. No, they're not the best. You've given me Forrest Whitaker eye. It's twitching like mad. Bobcat paints are fucking appalling. They were like enamel, but they were acrylic. They were so gloss. I had a friend who tried to get into painting miniatures when we were at school, and he got a rake of Bobcat paints from fucking Joe. And then my mate Tony went, "Yeah, this isn't for me. Do you want these things?" And handed me a load of Space Wolf fucking long fangs and stuff that were covered in Bobcat purpley blue grey or whatever the fuck it was. I had to chip the fucker off with a chisel. It's fucking obscene.
What was
Bobcat
the name
paints.
of the poor little fellow you called just because of your eye twitching?
Who? What?
You said a name of an actor.
Oh, Forrest Whitaker.
This one?
Lies! Deceptions!
Lies,
Every day,
deception.
more lies.
As I pointed out to Rumor in the OTT Discord, the store one for Korean, we have a separate channel for Star Wars, and he said something about lying and then put up the lies deception. I went, look mate, don't listen to him. He didn't even stay the same from the fucking trailer to the film. He can't be trusted, for fuck's sake. Crying
Yeah.
Game is his best work, along with the Gaul. No. From
I'm still
Stargate.
looking forward to when Army Painter is releasing the new paints as singles to get
Yeah,
some to try out.
I don't think it should be too long. They sent us a set through months ago, and I went, and then Justin went, I'll do some stuff with it. And I went, grand, well, you've got a few months. I want the video to go out on the 1st of January because that's when the embargo comes off. And you can test and paint it. Otherwise, it saves me bringing it home and doing it. I think it was like 3 minutes long. I've got, it's not much of a paint test. I'm pretty certain I took longer than that looking at Speed Paint version 2.0, just going, are they the same color? Do they do this? People said they crack, blah, blah, blah. It's like, how can you do a paint test so fucking quickly?
I think the release date is March for the sets.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing April, maybe.
I don't
for the
know.
Singles.
Could be. Who knows? Well, I say that. I know one person who knows, which is Adam from the Army Painter. And I think I'm going to be having a chat with him. Well, I say I think. I had a chat with him the other day and said, do you fancy having a sit down sort of fucking chat about what the fuck you're up to? What's going on there? You mad dog bastards. And he went, oh yeah, sure, we'll do that. So I gotta sort that out. So I could probably ask him at that point. Who knows? What's the difference between Speed Paint 1 and 2? There was problems with reactivation.
Alleged problems because people were too bloody stupid to let paint dry properly.
Yeah. That. It was never an issue for me. It was an issue for other people. Maybe if I'd got a different batch, it would have been an issue for me. I don't know. I only bought one set of them, so I can't tell you. But they went back, tweaked the formula so it didn't reactivate, and then they also added another 30 shades, colors.
Yeah, they went with the whole
They added a
Triforce.
They added a fuck ton more colors, including metallics.
Yeah, I think metallics was the biggest step up.
To be brutally honest, I don't see the use of metallics. I've used a few of them now, and they're all right, but I don't get anything out of them. So maybe that's just me. I don't think it is though. But
I don't think they spend actual money on the influences. And this is just pure speculation on my part, but I'm guessing that those people are actually genuinely interested in doing stuff with Army Painter.
I know they've got a group. I don't know what they call them something. They've got a shower of bastards. Let's call them that. And the shower of bastards have been working with Army Painter in putting together the most recent range. I don't think any of them were involved in speed paints, but don't hold me to that. They may have been, because I don't really pay attention. I don't care.
No, I think the current batch paints were as Uncle Adam and what's the other guy's name?
Oh, it's not just them. There's 4 or 5 or maybe even 6 painters who've all been chipping in over the past year or so.
Yeah. And even if they're spending money, as long as the product that ends up getting in my hand is a decent paint, why not?
Isn't that a football team? No. Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. Anyway.
Yeah. I think we have some more.
Oh yeah, the version 2 says 2.0 on the label.
Yeah.
By the way, they have a really nice field grey for German people doing German people things. I've downloaded them over the last week.
I think Sam Lenz was also part of the team.
Sam Lenz? That's a name there, not a football team.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm fairly certain it's a football team. I'm going to check that again just in case it's appeared. No. Okay. I don't know who he is. And he's not a football team either.
He's a painter. He does stuff with Uncle Adam.
Okay. I have an uncle called Adam. That could be why it's a football team then. In which case it's probably not pronounced Lens. It's probably pronounced... Well...
Leschen?
Oh, there's not enough letters in it for it to be Leschen.
Well, you don't know how French would spell that.
It would do. When you get a word, you cover the last half of the word, you squint and pronounce only the vowels you can see. That's how you speak French.
Glenn 92, what's he up to? Another American Civil War, but different scale.
Yeah, different scale.
Is this glorified heroic 35.5 mil?
Well, it's heroic 12 mil. or 28.
Ah, I see.
So Glenn kicks around in Korean and occasionally will go down once a month. They have a game up at somewhere near Belfast in some industrial camp where the Shanghai butchers used to drop their corpses, and they do like a mass sort of battle. And they've been alternating between ACW and War of the Roses. So he's been painting up some Zouaves. Stripy pantsed fucks that they are. Look at them.
I think those are the most clean stripes I've ever seen painted on such modeled trousers.
He took his inspiration from Aquafresh Triple Stripe toothpaste. That was his model. Just did a big stripe of toothpaste on the side of his palette and then just copied that. But yeah, they go up and they play big games. Unfortunately, they used black powder, which means all of those units were across the table in one turn. But, looked good at the start. But I like what Glenn and Tony and the rest do whenever they play their big games.
Oh,
They look
Lloyd, train!
spectacular. There is indeed a train going choo-choo puff-puff down the road.
Oh, have you seen the picture of the bus pretending to be a train?
It's the bus substitution service. It says,
Yeah.
choo-choo, I'm a train. That one.
It's hilarious. I love it when
God bless the driver.
I love it when drivers have such sense of humor. When we did excursions in school, and you had the good fortune of having a bus driver who had that sense of humor, the trip was always way better than somebody just sitting there driving. Umbral enamels.
Yep. Well, I mean, they make good holders. I don't know if he's. I don't know if he's
like the former mentioned Games Workshop paint pots.
I mean, seriously, I have some up there with blue tack on top of the Games Workshop bolter shell nonsense that I use to glue miniatures to.
I'm pretty sure somewhere must be a case of old Revel oil paint enamels.
Oh yeah.
In my house.
Oh, because once they're in there, they're never leaving.
Yep.
And you're never going to open them again. I had a friend I remember got a set of paints. Well, he had a set of paints for painting like World War II bombers and fighters from Airfix that he used to assemble. And then he got some goblins and he used those, but he didn't have like a nice goblin green type of thing for the skin. And so he went and found, and they did it in metallic, a Humbrol enamel metallic green. So
metallic
all his goblins got that.
Green.
Oh my word! Oh, it was like British racing green. It must have been for, cars. But Jesus, that was an interesting look. Those goblins. You could have dropped a brick on them in the end, and it would have bounced off.
I imagine that like some kind of weird Vampire Diaries sparkly thing. Don't let light hit those goblins. Why? You'll see.
It's fucking sparkle.
Now I want to do a metal undercoated orc with just speed paints.
Oh yeah. Why would you not?
In Blackpool they have a destroyer tram, says Tuffy. Huh?
Pass. That one's going to have to be explained by the English in the chat because I don't know what any of that means. Last time I was in Blackpool, we were coming back from something. We're coming back from Games Day. No. Like it might have been Games Day 97 or something like that. We'd left early enough and the ferry wasn't until 5 o'clock. So it was like, may as well go to Blackpool for a few hours and then go up to Stranraer because there's nothing to do on a Sunday night in Stranraer in a porta cabin. So we went there and me and a few others went to a bar and they had an advertisement for a boy band called Five. And I remember distinctly that it said on the poster, gig cancelled due to a member quitting or something like that. And me and my mates were looking at it going, why not just call the band Four and just keep on going? If I could you cancel that. So yeah, I've been in Blackpool once, wasn't overly impressed. Cold and shitty.
Oh, run.
Pictures of the tram on the disco. Even the summer night on Friday in Morecambe, everything was shut. Oh dear, that is bad. I don't. Well, I do know when it would have been because they used to have games. They used to be in September, end of September, so it would have been then. So
Speaking of Games Day, Games Workshop, if I understand that correctly, is planning to hold a painting competition at Spiel.
are they?
Either
Wonder
that
why.
or I totally misunderstood what they were talking about.
I
Which-
mean, they might be. Maybe they're trying to suck up to the Europeans. Have they announced? Have they announced they're not going to UKGE yet?
I wouldn't know.
If they haven't, that's just a question I'm throwing out to the group. If they have, then yeah, they're not going. Because we were talking to the guys who organised UKGE, and Games Workshop went, well,
Yep.
we're not going.
Golden Demon 2024 at Spiel in Essen.
Wow. They're doing the UK Golden Demon in Germany. Holy titty fucking Christ.
Taking place during Massive Spiel Essen, also known as Essen Game Fair. This is the second leg of Golden Demon this year. The first round will be hosted at Adepticon US in March.
So if you want to enter Golden Demon in England, you either have to go to America or Germany. Brexit is winning.
Adepticon is in
Crisis
March.
is back on, yeah.
Spiel is in October.
Yeah. So when the fuck are they? Hang on, but
The best part is
isn't Warhammer Fest or whatever the fuck they call it? Didn't they move that to like the end of the summer, so it's not in September anymore?
I don't know, but the best part is if they actually do a painting competition on the 3rd of October, that hall is going to burst because the 3rd of October is a holiday. It's German Reunification Day.
Oh, nice.
Everybody is having off.
Nice. Make hamburger country. I'm still trying to get my head around the fact that if you want to enter Golden Demon UK, you do it either via Germany or America. Presumably they must be having one at Wamster Fest or whatever the fuck they call it these days, because they don't call it Games Day because there's no games. Presumably it must be one in each, and they're not doing separate Golden Demons anymore. They just go, it's all one competition. You're either entering it in the US, Europe, or the UK, and then we pick winners.
I do remember that way back when they had an actual Golden Demon
Sorry,
event
it's giving
on
me
mainland
first
Europe.
eye twitch again.
Oh,
The eyes just twitching like fucking mad. That's
you
what GW do to me.
fast.
For fuck's sake.
David has lost Space Marines. Oh, I'm sorry I did bring this up.
Oh my Christ. Gone are the games days of old at National Indoor Arena. Yeah, or even before they went to Birmingham, Damon, Birmingham ones are good crack, mind you, but fuck me.
Had I known what
They
this
haven't
would lead
announced
to, I
Games
wouldn't
Day.
have.
Fuck me. I think you're dead on there, Steve. I think this is an EU plot. I think somebody should contact. Oh my God. I need to email the Daily Mail. To tell them how a great British tradition is now being hosted in Germany this year and see what
Europe is
happens.
stealing our traditions. Golden Demon painting competition will be held in Europe.
Amazing. Oh, the Daily Mail will fucking bite the hand off for that one. I need to write this down so I don't fucking forget about this, because I might get bored tomorrow doing unboxings and stuff. I just think, you know what, I'm going to fucking email the Daily Mail now, because that shit will be all over. Especially because GW sells so much shit, and they've got fucking Henry Cavill making a TV show and stuff now. They're big enough that Daily Mail will get right fucking off their tits on this one. Once they've worked out how Meghan Markle's responsible for fucking Charlie's cancer, they'll be right onto this one. Can't trust her.
Farage will be fine, as the Germans are the right type of Europeans.
Well, he would be, because to be fair, his wife and kids are German. So, but as they always say, European immigrants coming in and doing the jobs English people don't want to do. In this case, sucking Farage's cock. Oh, right. Sorry, it's a little note to me to amuse myself tomorrow.
I will ping you on Discord. Going, have you mailed the mail yet?
Blimey, Charlie, Cockney Sparrow.
I think we found
geezer.
I think we found the topic for this week's XLPS. Gold Demon, not in the UK, no.
Coming over here, stealing our jobs.
Not even.
Taking our paint price.
Games Workshop is taking it and running away with it.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I see this as a Brexit benefit.
Oh, you bastard. Almost spilled a drink.
Oh.
And the worst thing is...
I've had an issue.
Worst thing, Spiel already is very much crowded and stuffed. And if QFest 2023 in Nottingham or wherever they held it was a problem, this is going to be...
Oh, it's going to be a fucking nightmare. I mean... The only interesting thing will be how many stores manage to not get robbed this year when there's so many people standing around for hours on end with fuck all to do except rob them.
Well, maybe the organizers of Spiel will be reasonable enough to put Games Workshop in their own hall. Just go there.
You fucking kidding me? Oh my Christ. Let's have a look at this. You're talking madness.
Christ on a bike.
Oh, as Tony Harrison would say, it's an outrage. An outrage.
Oh, I'm never going to financially recover from this.
No, you're not.
All right, I guess. What's he up to besides poking fun at the project system?
I mean, I don't know why we would be doing that. It's always smooth sailing for us, isn't it? Anyway, we've been here before. This is Kings of War stuff via the medium of dinosaurs with his kid. He has been doing some sort of mad snake god from Inca.
From Warlords of Erdogan.
Yeah, their Mythic Americas one. But I don't really care about the snack. Snack, it's a snack. It's when he's doing the markings using the Bucks paint pens on the dinosaurs. They're really fucking nice. It's very simple, you know. Paint, dry brush, and then detail using the paint pens. Which is
I'm not typing it again. Oh, I feel you. I feel you so very much. I can't recall how often I thought the same, just going, no, I've just written a whole paragraph that got eaten by the bloody system. I'm not typing that again. Just take the pictures and go.
Could be.
Yeah, Demon Sub. It's some kind of weird initiation rite going, yeah, it's a way of passage for OTT. If you can just sustain the horror that is the project system at times, you're a true hobbyist. Yep, Manda, that's pretty much the way I'm doing it currently. Typing up on Notepad or anything else and just copy, paste, redo. Sorry, Jay, you were saying...
No, that's fine.
He's
You
doing
know.
a great job with just some pens.
Yes, yeah, just using the Posca paint pens. I don't. I use similar paint pens for other things. The Molotov ones from Germany, 'cause they're great. But it shows just tribal markings or animal markings. Using them is really good as long as they've got say a fair amount of texture. I suppose even if they don't, drawing with a pen is easier. A lot of people go, I couldn't do those fiddly bits with a paintbrush, but a lot of people could quite happily just take a pen and color in.
Yeah. Also, I think it's a reasonable sort of dry brushing technique because
Yeah.
you have no bristles that go anywhere, but you have a hard
Exactly.
tip.
They just go across the top, and as long as you don't sit in one spot for too long so it doesn't flood in, you can get a really effective look to it.
Yeah.
Which is a great way of doing it.
I think these and we're totally going off topic here now, but
Well, that's not like us.
Gundam kits do that too with Gundam markers.
Oh, if you say so.
You don't have to take my word for it. Just ask your colleague John. I'm pretty sure he will elaborate on that topic.
I think you'll find at no point will I open open that door to John, going, John, tell me more about Gundam. Because
Why not?
I like to sleep at night. So anyway, there is
Well,
the
you could do that and take a swish.
oh, you could probably do with one. The pocket markers were great. There's another little bit in there, the inspiration one, where he's got a couple of pictures of green, the finest green being made, a splat.
When somebody's doing some
Finest
candy.
green. Yeah, well, it's a polymer clay. There's a link there that goes to Instagrammage that shows how they put this together. And then, even though it's a half a hand, a big chunky thing, they then stretch it away out. And by stretching it out, it keeps all the detail of those veins. And then they can then just cut those thinner sections to get these little detailed polymer leaves for doing sort of large plants, potted plants, ivy, whatever it happens to be, which is interesting. So you don't have to worry about doing everything at that scale, which, let's face it, that's a good scale for Tiny Fighting Men's. But you do it at 5 times the size and then just stretch it because all the detail is retained and just pulled into a smaller form.
Yeah, but you need a really sharp knife for this. Otherwise, you will be just smushing the detailing.
Yeah, well, it's not difficult. You just buy yourself a brand new retractable blade like that. You just do it and move on. You don't use it for anything else. And just go choppy chop chop chop. Yes, it's very much like Seaside Rock.
Ewok Kebak thinks he may have created ottars.
Have you? Oh. Without looking at furry porn online.
Please keep them to yourself. There are some who value their sanity.
That's not how this game is played.
Is it not?
No. No. But anyway.
Yeah.
The ongoing effort of snacks, lizards, and dinosaurs from Adrian and his kids. Be interesting to see the whole kit and caboodle when it's done. And obviously, if we're very lucky, he'll be allowed to upload it into the project system.
Let's go for the final project of this day. We're already close to our 30-minute mark.
Oh, my God.
can is drawing horribly light.
My hovercraft is full of eels.
Also that.
Ah, well, we started
Speaking
with
of
Rumbly.
Rumbly, are you here still? Are you with us? I guess he went on to look at some...
Yeah, there's like a 30-second delay. So between you asking that, You haven't given enough time to answer. But he is in there doing the bot war.
He says he's painting one country.
We were here at the very start looking at the plans for the Vengeance version of the coils in all paints grey and purple instead of red and black. And now some stuff has started to appear via the medium of dance and painting, including tonks. Those are
Dance
very
and
much
painting.
tonks.
No, please don't make a musical about painting gold demons.
Yeah, do that. There's a book in Austria can help you, but you'll have to edit it for him.
Brain.
You're just the worst.
I try my very worst.
You're welcome.
It's the worst case scenario.
All I can think of is that case full of sausage.
Yes, that's the one I had in mind. The worst case scenario.
The worst. It's good times.
It's the German equivalent of that atomic suitcase thing that the Americans have.
Oh, the football.
Yeah, the football. That's the one.
But I like these. I like the look. The bluish grey. It's not starkly red and black. Obviously, red and black's a great color scheme, as any Down fan will tell you. But I like these. They have a sinister feel to them, especially Dark State. Dark State looks fucking terrific in that. And I think the problem is with black, it's a bastard to highlight and shade, and when you're doing it in 8mm, it's even more of a bastard to highlight and shade. So stuff either gets lost or it doesn't look black, whereas going right off the bat, here's the plan. The plan is not black. The plan is this grey, sort of a nice bluey grey colour. You can just do so much more with it without losing the concept of the colour scheme.
Has anybody tried using something like Vanta Black on 6mm miniatures?
I don't think so. I want to pick up a pot of, well, not Vanta Black or anything else. I'll get the Green Stuff World one because I can get that to test it for free. I have a concern with Vanta Black and Black 3.0 and Black Vader and Blackie Black, Blackie Black.
Good night, what's up?
Whatever they're called.
The Ultra Black.
Ultra Blackie Black. And that is, it looks really matte to me. And matte paints rub off far more easily and readily than gloss paints. And I'm going, well, yeah, you can paint stuff with these ultra matte blacks, but the constant handling of game pieces remove that? And if you varnish them to protect them, do you then lose? Again, yeah. Do you lose the matteness that you were actually getting in the first place? Or are you just paying money for nothing? Essentially, is my question. And I think that's going to be the case.
Even the mattest clear coat is a bit shiny. So yeah, I get where you're coming from.
Well, I mean, I've got a couple of super matte varnishes, Ultra from AK and Vallejo Mecha. They're both great. As anybody who's seen my awesome jerry can on the matting will tell you. But yeah, it's just at some point, will it start to come off my fingers whenever I pick up a miniature?
Romney uses on his flying stance. That's a use I can actually see. So the flying stance just vanishes.
Yeah, deep recesses. Well, that was the other thing I was thinking about it for, was like cloaks or cowls. So somebody's got a hood up. Years ago, I think the very first time I was on a weekender, when they invited me around and didn't realize that they wouldn't be able to get rid of me. They were looking at some conquistador / 16th century fantasy Spaniard types from a company. Can't remember what it was for a game, but they had painting where the cowls were up, but you could see their noses and maybe the chin, but everything else was black. And then Warren was looking, I go, oh, it's really heavily shadowed. And going, oh, no, I think that's painted. They've painted all of it black and then just painted the light colors on the stuff that came out. So you could see the nose and you could see the chin or maybe a bit of the brow, but everything else they kept black, which was really skillfully done by the painter to accentuate the shadows, to give it an almost cartoon-like, you know, they're in so much shadow that you just can't see their face, which you would never actually get. And I was thinking that for those Vanta Blackie type things would be great.
Also,
because they're so far recessed that you're not going to worry about rubbing it off.
That's what I was going to say. If you use it on these recesses where your grubbly hands will never touch it, actually.
I also have a plan to use it for, I've got some Fugu long barrows, and I was planning on using it on the polystyrene at the back of the entrance. So the entranceway, even though it's only going to be 2 or 3 centimeters deep, they just black the shit out of it, and see how that looks. Because theoretically, it should look like then a deep cavernous void.
Did I tell you that Fugu Miniature actually ignored my comment?
As in they blocked you, or as in they didn't reply? Because I did see your comment.
They didn't reply, those bastards.
To be brutally honest, once I seen that and I seen the thing, because I just went, at some point they're going to realize that I'm possibly organizing a bullying campaign against them. Is that what I'm doing? It's what I feel like I'm doing.
No, it's a brocade.
A brocade, like a blockade, but brock-based. I like that. It's good. It's good times.
We should run a Kickstarter.
To be brutally honest, he said in the past, if people want to pay for it, he'll do it, but he doesn't think there's the money in it because it would be expensive.
I think it's about the scale. If he would do a Brock that's heavily damaged, so basically just the lower level.
If he does a damaged Brock, that's like pissing down my back and telling me it's raining. That's all that's doing there is just showing me that he could do a full Brock, but he could not do a full Brock. And I don't want it. I don't want a modern damaged Brock. If I want a Brock, I want it for my picts, and I want my Brock to be intact, like the Brock of Gurness.
So you want a genuine, intact, pristine Brock.
Full on Pictish stronghold of a Brock.
Well, we are only in February. Let's see what I can whip up in styrofoam until Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Horatio, in case you're watching this, I need your support in a gift miss for Gary.
Maybe at some point I'll just build one of my own. It's not like I don't have enough references for Brock.
Have you tried sending all your reference material to Fugu?
To create a Fugu?
Just
I'm fairly certain at that point he would phone place. He's got tagged in other things. I've tagged him in so many random, visit Scotland sort of thing. Anytime some fucker posts a picture of a Brock, Fugu models gets tagged in it.
I'm pretty sure by this time he has some kind of filter in place to not be notified if you tag him.
Oh, because occasionally he'll come in and comment. So he hasn't full on blocked me yet.
He's one of those who can't resist the urge to look at social media. You know what? He's giving in to terrorists.
That is the worst. Absolute worst. Don't do that. Never do that.
Now, as much fun as I had this evening, especially mentioning your grand export of the UK Games Expo. Now,
that's
the Golden
great.
Demon.
I hadn't even realised that. We're going to turn doubters into believers. That's what Jurgen said. Likewise with the Brock, it's going to go the same way.
Life is good at times, especially if you have a can of beer.
Sweet to the beat. Is that you telling us to fuck off, is it?
Yes, because I need to bring 2 cans of beer into the loo.
Oh, okay, well, yeah.
Or as Jerry puts it, we need a swish.
We need a swish. It could be
Definitely.
a long swish.
You all lot go have thanks for being here. You on YouTube, do your socially bitty things, and now get off my lawn.